So, new maps are out. If you got the chance to play them, which isn't exactly easy, you may have realized they have a couple of hidden things in them. So I decided to point out all their Easter eggs, references, secrets and even unused content. I'm only going to be talking about secrets or references that are new to these maps, not ones that were in the game already. Well, here we go! Let's begin with the first map made by Valve in a very long time. It has a lot of very obvious references in it, namely to Jurassic Park, which is very understandable as the map is directly based on that movie with the whole animal enclosure deep in the jungle aesthetic. The Yeti Park logo is a reference to the Jurassic Park logo, the Yeti cages a reference to the dino cages, and the electric fence a reference to the fences from Jurassic Park. The Yeti/Mercenary Park letters are also very likely a reference to the Hollywood sign. There's also a possible reference, though this one is not confirmed and doesn't seem very obvious. And it is that the monorail might be a reference to the monorail from Jurassic World. This could also be a coincidence though, as monorails in theme parks aren't exactly uncommon. Most interestingly is the unused content though. There's actually a whole section of the map that's inaccessible by players. And that is this room consisting of 2 floors. It is unclear to me why it was walled up, but this was very likely just an unnecessary room that didn't serve a greater purpose. It is also possible that this entire section was supposed to be accessible as well, but when they removed the room, they just moved the fence a bit closer. The next map is the very well made community map Banana Bay. This one reminds me a lot of Outset Island from Wind Waker, which is why I really love the design of it. Out of all the maps, this one has the most secrets and Easter eggs in it. Let's begin with the red spawn. It has a lot of Australian bars and RD asteroid rocks lying around, and even the briefcase from Doomsday, which was supposed to contain Australium as well. If we go down into the basement, there's assembly lines with bananas on one of them and Australian bars on the other one, as well as a letter from Doomsday mentioning weaponized Australium. It is unclear to me what's exactly happening here. Either they're turning bananas into Australium, or they're using bananas as a decoy for delivering Australium, or they're weaponizing the Australium somehow. Next up is the blue spawn. This one has a Caster's Quality magazine on the desk and spell potions and a sexy in the safe. Going down into the basement, we can see what they're using this magic for. There's a hidden ritual pentagram on the floor with bananas and spells everywhere. Who is this pentagram for? Why, Poopy Joe, of course! It seems like while red tries to use the bananas for something relating to Australium, blue instead tries to use them together with magic to resurrect Poopy Joe. Of course, we all know which one of them has better priorities. Poopy Joe taken too soon. Oh, and outside of the blue spawn is a Banana Land poster, which is an obvious reference to one of Star's old videos.
Go to Banana Land.
I'm going to Banana Land.
Head to Banana Land and just take a look at the texture. Go take a look at that. Tell me if you know what the fuck is even going on.
Oh yeah, no, this is a great texture. This isn't like painful to look at.
It's just like green puke all over your whole screen. Oh, you're jumping from one puke green texture to the next identical puke green texture.
Wait,
you expect you were gonna be doing on Banana Land?
There's nothing up in Banana Land. There's no reason to be in Banana Land. I can't look at this.
I know. I had to quit. I quit immediately. I couldn't even look at it.
Oh my god. Oh my god. The walls are now spinning with the same Banana Land texture.
Most interestingly though, there's a lot of hidden cool beans with sunglasses all over the map. This is a reference to Meet Your Match, when one of the TF2 devs, Jill, said that the update would be Nido, which is another term for cool beans. So the update page for Meet Your Match contained beans with sunglasses, the same ones you can see on this map. You can find 5 of these bean spots. One is under the wooden payload bridge, another one is on the palm tree near the red spawn, one is under the train bridge that is barely visible, 2 beans are hiding on the ropes on the blue pier, and finally 2 of them are watching TV in blue spawn. Another reference is possibly the elevators in the 2 spawns, which might be based off of the iconic elevator portions from Half-Life. This is just speculation though, it isn't confirmed. Oh, and also the train says banana on it. The next map, Brazil, doesn't have many references. There's just a manhole cover with a missing gorilla poster from Manhattan next to it, and another one with a newspaper article about Poopy Joe. Considering there's bananas all over the map, I guess the joke is that Poopy Joe and the gorilla are living in the sewers in Brazil. I also found this poster saying Herg, but I have no idea what that could mean. Lazarus is equally sparse on references. The only things I found were the spine-chilling skull and blue spawn, which also appears in one of the caves, and a coffin with the skeleton and Australium in it. The most obvious quote-unquote Easter egg is however when the temple doors open to reveal the Fountain of Youth. This is not really hidden at all though, the last point is even called Fountain of Youth. I just thought it was neat. Much like Mercenary Park, Enclosure seems to be inspired a lot by Jurassic Park as well. This becomes very obvious when you look at the Jurassic Preserve logo you can see all around the map, which is both a reference to Jurassic Park as well as to Charles Starling, who is Sexton Hale's competitor and who has been known to capture animals before. Like Mercenary Park, it also references the electric fences and dinosaur cages. There's also this huge hole with a grinder at the bottom, which is very likely a reference to the raptor pit from Jurassic Park, where anything that falls into gets immediately eaten alive by raptors. Additionally, there's also some dinosaur eggs in an incubator, as well as a sign mentioning Goldblum, which is obviously a pun on Jeff Goldblum from Jurassic Park. A possible reference could also be this sign showing a dinosaur and a ripped off arm that might be a callback to a scene from the movie in which one of the characters gets his arm ripped off by one of the dinosaurs. Another poster also advertises an alligator repellent spray, which is the only thing that doesn't reference Jurassic Park, but rather the shark repellent spray from the old Adam West Batman. Let's finish this video off with one of the prettiest maps of this update, Moss Rock. This one also has barely any references in it, though one of them contains a lot of details which I'm gonna point out. First up is a poster referencing the Chairman, which was an actual car. Not really a huge reference, I guess. Another poster mentions Freya Sushi, sorry if I mispronounced their name, which is of course a reference to one of the map's creators, Freya. Before I get to the biggest Easter egg though, I would like to point out this lonely wood pile in the forest over here. If I hadn't seen this map before, that would have really confused me. However, I know for a fact that previous versions of this map contained 2 tents alongside the wood pile. So I guess they either forgot to add those to the current version of the map, or the model just didn't load correctly. It's more of an unintended feature than an Easter egg, I suppose. But now here's the biggest reference of the map, which comes in the form of this radio broadcast poster, on which you can see different frequencies meant to contact other radio stations. These numbers aren't actually random, they're all references. I don't know about the first two, but 404 is definitely a reference to 404 pages you can find on the internet, which happen when the page you wanna visit doesn't exist or can't be found. The moon base could possibly be RD Asteroid, not sure about that though. The Japanese outpost is possibly a reference to either Suijin, Reckoner, Taiyan or Sulfur, which are all maps made by Freya or the other creators and which also take place in Japan. The Arctic Research Station might be referencing Snowy Coast, which was made by one of the creators, E-Arkham. Train God is very likely a trainsaw laser reference, and Sexton Radio has the frequency AUS, which is a reference to Australia, where Sexton Hale is from. And those were all the references, Easter eggs and hidden content of the new jungle maps. I have to mention though that not all the references I talked about are accurate, as I was sometimes just speculating. So if I was wrong about something, please tell me in the comments below. It is also possible that I didn't find all the secrets, so if you found any that I didn't, you can also let me know in the comments. But that is it for this video. To finish it off, have this wonderful clip that I recorded yesterday in TF2 while I was playing with Ben Drew and my brother. Anyway, have a wonderful day and goodbye.
Get good, mate.